We're not live yet. We're not live. We're live now. Ahoy, hoy.
It's because it says live there.
Stop looking at that. Look at that.
Ahoy, hoy, he's Straw.
He's Parker.
And together we are...
Baglama!
And we are live.
Live.
In a secret location.
It's not a secret location. We're in Wyldstorm Games.
Wyldstorm Games!
Why are we doing
4K? I mean, that looks like 4K to me.
Does it?
No. Yeah, someone said about it on the last live video. It's a 4K camera, but it's not 4K. I think the camera's 4K.
What you lot see.
The upload technical stuff means it's not.
There's a whole one person watching us. I bet it's him.
No, I am watching this shit.
You're not watching this shit. What? Just sit there. Right.
Cheers.
Oh God, you're gonna be there's two people now. You're gonna be bouncing off the bleeding walls, aren't you?
Look,
Wild boy. So
you. It's been complaining that I've been super dull and boring since I'm not drinking for October.
You have.
Now I'm going to have this. And
you'll start sweating.
Bouncing off the walls. Oh God, it'll be too exciting.
There's no such. I think it's very pointless. It'd be noble if he was doing it for charity, but he's not. He's just.
I'm not doing it for charity because I know that if the pressure of me doing it for charity means I would then fail and I'd feel bad. Whereas now if I fail, I just feel bad about myself. If you do want to give some money to us, then that'd be great. But also, if you want to give some money to, I think it's Macmillan Cancer Support.
If you want to give money to us, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, then do that. But people, it's like marathon. You know, why should you have to do a marathon for charity when people should just be nice?
Because the world isn't built like that. No one cares.
Anyway, let's
talk about gaming stuff because that's why we're here. We're here to talk live gaming stuff to you in a shop.
Which we are in Wyldstorm Games.
Wyldstorm Games. It's all the way over there. It's a shop. We've been relegated to the back.
Wyldstorm Games.
We couldn't chat anywhere. Yeah, so he says. Throw us right at the back out of the way.
No, we don't want to be sitting at the front where any old Tom, Dick, or Harold could walk past.
You could. No, he sits us right at the back with D&D players.
No, we're all D&D.
There's not a lot right with D&D. It's not a real role-playing game, mate. There are so many better role-playing games out there.
OG role-playing game.
Yeah, OG doesn't mean it's the best. Doesn't mean I just don't like it. It's just one of those things. But what annoys me about role players is they make lots of noise, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We love making noise. We're proper role players. Not like these D&D players.
D&D's a proper game.
I know it is, but it's just like it. There are many other games out there.
There are,
for example, Earthdawn, Cyberpunk, Shadow Run.
Hey,
did we? Oh, is that one of mine?
I think you need to look up and get questions.
No, that's it. If anyone buys anything, puts the link through whilst we're filming today, we will grab the box for them off the shelf, sign it,
how do they find the
open it, or they'll just have to go to Wyldstorm Games and leave a message there, or tell us through here that they're about to buy that.
One of the older videos.
Or one of the
on
older
our
videos.
YouTube now. So open up a window, go into our other
latest videos,
and there will be a link. Oh. Magic the Gathering Duel of Planeswalkers is a great board game. I wish they kept it going.
What the hell's that got to do with the price of fish?
Because we were talking about role-playing and role-playing D&D in Ravnica, which is the world of Magic, and Magic the Gathering Duel is a board game. I've not played it. I used to play a fair bit of Magic back in the day.
I did back in the day.
I haven't played it in years and years. My only kind of issue with it was I was too cheap to buy all the cards, really. Ultimately, that's it.
It did become a lot of hard work, didn't it?
I know. I think we played.
I keep looking.
What's the game? Vampire Eternal Struggle.
I hated it with passion.
But your ex-lover, ex-flatmate, housemate Nick, he basically was the guy who bought all the cards. And I think sometimes when you're getting into a card game, yes, there's collectible aspects of it, but also you can do like one person or as a group you can invest, and then like he just goes, right, I'm going to build you a deck, I want to build you a deck, if you want to build your own decks, that's fine. Because what's the point in me buying all of the stuff and then you buying also all of the stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, mind you, we did it with Doomtown. Didn't we? We've got a huge box of Doomtown stuff. We really should try and dig that out and play that again at some point. I know they redid it and everything.
As a like, not so much a CCG, more an LCG, like a living card game. You just buy the boxes and everything comes as sets. You just buy the sets.
Because I love the way that game was set up.
All two of you who are watching, can you let us know if you can hear us okay? Because I'm not seeing a lot of information.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe we should see. If you can't hear us, then turn up the TV.
Comments, hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll just sit because the mic thing on there looks a bit quiet.
The mic isn't on there. The mic picks up from there.
You just have to sit closer. Otherwise, it's just going to be like an hour of us go like here, speaking about nothing much. Oh, I can hear fine. Thank you, Wild Boy. 789. Appreciate it.
That's his length. It's big. Do we know who these? Oh, it's Richard. Hello, Paul. How are you, mate? You all right?
Cheers. You can hear us fine.
Cheers.
We played a new game today, brand new to us.
Just this morning.
Before, just literally moments before we
came on air.
Thank you. Our mate Chris here at Wyldstorm Games picked up Sushi Roll, which is the new kind of version of Sushi Go. It's a Sushi Go dice game.
Why did I pick up?
Because I forgot to pick it up because I'm dummy. I was supposed to pick it up at Gen Con and I forgot because I'm stupid. It's won Oppenheim Toy Portfolio's Best Toy Award.
But
never heard of what that is.
Can I just turn around and say, at this point though, I mean, I'm all for fair trading and stuff like that. But what annoys me is when stuff is falsely advertised because
it doesn't roll.
It does not roll.
So you did there.
We've got humour like that coming all day to you.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
If you've played Sushi Go, you'll find it very easy to pick up. It's the same sort of drafting thing going on, except it's got dice rather than cards. We really like it. I think having a chat with Chris, I know that Chris enjoys it more than Sushi Go, and I agree. I think it's because you can see where everything is when you're drafting. Sometimes in cards you're like, oh, where did that happen? You don't know what's coming. Aha, I'll take this, but I don't know what's coming in. And it might be
but you're changing the dice
You're changing the dice. There's still unpredictability, but also you can.
What is it?
Unpredictability. But there is also a certain amount of information that you can manipulate. You can re-roll the dice if you spend tokens. Oh, it's a wicked little game.
I liked it.
I really think it's good.
But you were right. You need the conveyor belt to be facing one way. Otherwise, it just gets. Yeah.
Tokens, score tokens, which is really nice. Saves you having
you don't have to
pay paper. I know it's a little thing, but you know, if you can, why not? I think that sometimes games can be kind of overproduced these days, but also conversely, they can be completely underproduced. We were playing Deep Madness yesterday, and I'm not having a go at Deep Madness particularly, but they've got a little cheat card, and there was a little gap at the bottom of the cheat card, and I'm like, you could have used that for page numbers. You could have put slightly, just an extra sentence on there worth of characters that could have been super useful, page numbers for the rule book, or just 1, 2, or 3, or what order certain things happen in. It's
one of those things, we've mentioned it so many times on the channel, and it is cheat sheets. Okay, cheat sheets and indexes are the two big things that you need in a game. And then you'd have thought a company such as Games Workshop were huge. We all know that. Even like the later games, we've been playing game.
Aeronautica Imperialis.
You just put a page number on if you have to. And Blackstone Fortress, for the love of
why does it need to be in 3 rule books? Doesn't need to be in 3 rule books. But the cheat sheet, conversely, is really good, and it does have page numbers for everything. So, like, what's that about? But Fantasy Flight do it really well, though. That's the difference. Fantasy Flight, I get what you're saying. They do have 2 rule books. You've got usually your learn to play and then your rules reference.
And then they do one online that you have to download.
Yeah. But then you've got your little learn to play, which is kind of the basics. And then your rule reference. Yeah, GW doesn't have an excuse.
They don't have an excuse. They don't. Of course they don't. They charge us enough money for their products.
Yeah, and they're, so I found it strange that it became less good over time. Normally these things become more refined, and then everyone, I guess, different, parts of the studio do different jobs. So the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing in that regard.
Yeah. But
speaking of GW,
oh yeah. What have you purchased this morning?
I bought a thing today.
Dun dun dun.
It's a shiny.
Why the hell have you bought a Titan?
A Reaver Titan.
Well, why? I mean, I've got a Titan.
You've got one. Yeah, you've got a proper one.
What's the point? Why have you bought one?
Because, well, you picked up the rulebook and a maniple box or whatever it is.
Might have done. So?
For Adeptus Titanicus. So I thought, well, I'll get a little Titan, see if I can put that together, and then we can have a little
game.
Little game.
Because it's one of those games that kind of harkens right back to when you were first getting into the hobby and stuff like that. You wanted to play. I mean, I remember the original Titanicus was an absolute fucking mess to play.
Yeah.
But you then got Epic, didn't you?
Space Marines. Yeah, Tiny Space Marines. Oh, and still quite upset about the Necromunda rulebooks. I bought the start set and 3D terrain rules. Then they released a book with each game. Then a year later, the complete rulebook. Yeah, good call.
The word you're looking for is money-grabbing tossers.
But
what, the original Necromunda?
No.
The newer version.
They ethically watch.
If you're wondering who we're yakking to, Chris is just off camera giving us cues and throwing boxes and stuff at us, so it's all good. I'm sure he's going to throw money and toys at us that we can walk away with and not pay for, which is even better.
Sneaks them in my.
Wait, you're not people.
That's what you reckon. You can keep the book. I don't read books anymore. Just in case I had an extra $300. He's a foreigner. He's from over the lands. What is that tome?
It's the Siege of Terror, Lost in the Band.
Oh, they're finally getting around to that, are they?
Yeah, I think it's
book number 4000.
Sanguinius.
It's Angron and Mortarion.
Yeah, Mortarion. Nice.
3 characters I really don't care about.
You don't care about anything.
And I'll tell you what, I think one of the worst books I read when I was reading them, I mean, I went through the Heresy ones up to a point. I still got 7 or 8 on the shelf I haven't read and I just can't be bothered with. But it got to, I think, The Lost and the Damned, you know, the ones with the Death Legion, the Chappies, the, come on, the Marines with the fire, the ghosty ones.
Legion of the Damned.
Yeah, that book was possibly the shittest book ever.
The shittest book ever in the history of all books.
It was, I mean, when you say, oh, book about Legion of the Damned, oh yeah, we'll learn a bit about it. No, one kind of turns up as a ghost. It's boring as shit. It's not very good.
Not a fan then.
Not very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've still got. I mean,
I'm looking forward to finding out what the Siege of Terror. It's like I can find them.
Well, we all know how it ends, don't we?
No, but you know, actually, what happens?
Just all you need to work out that whole thing. You just need to look at one picture by Adrian Smith. Thank you very much. That one iconic picture.
Yeah.
Where you got
black and white pencil.
No, the colour one. The colour where you got Sanguinius dead on the floor where he belongs, because all vampires belong to be dead, and Horus and the Emperor
facing off, and then Mike McVeigh did the wicked
diorama back in the day. Yeah,
I can tell you a story about that.
You just did. Well, that was not the story. Oh, there's more to the story. Go on, now what's more?
So, turns out I haven't seen it in the flesh, but Daz from Warcradle, he's seen it in the flesh.
We have seen it. We have seen it in the flesh.
The diorama.
We've seen it in the flesh.
Have we?
Yes, at Warhammer Worlds.
Well. But you only see it from a certain angle because it's such a way. But apparently, if you look behind it, he only paints the front of the models, so all the rest is just unpainted. Which is kind of like
it's cheesy.
I just pre-ordered. This is Dave. Is that Dog?
Dave Dog. Great name.
I just pre-ordered the Blood Phoenix box and then realised it didn't even come with a Phoenix Rising Psychic Awakening book. Not happy.
Oh, that's
Mr. Dog. It is
Mr. Dog. That's pretty.
Is that the new? That's
the new Eldar. He's off to get it. It's a bit rude, isn't it? Oh, it's a bit rude, that, isn't it?
And we're expecting new kind of, what are they called? In Age of Sigmar, they're called like endless spells.
Yeah, is that what it's going to be?
Well, rumours suggest such things.
Oh, that's
it will
going to be
an
interesting.
enhanced psychic thing. So, am I right in saying that? You know more than I do. Well, that's the rumours, right?
Is it going to be like
it's going to be like endless spells. Makes sense.
Big psychic spells in 40k. So he's now going to turn that on and watch us from there. That'll give us another viewer. That makes us look really popular.
Good call.
Yeah, but you can put us in the background, mate. You know. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that should. Is it going to make me suddenly go rush out and play 40k? No. I mean some of the figures are nice. The new James R, I think, is nice.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's as good as the original. I love the original. The original James R was a beautiful model. Yeah. Very head heavy though. The metal one.
Oh, you only get the blood. You only get the Blood Phoenix campaign book. You don't get the Phoenix Rising book, which you have to buy separately. Yeah, but it's GW. You have to buy everything separately. Like
what? No, hold on. You Titan. Is your Titan card? Oh, it's not.
To get a box of Titan cards.
But what if you only want just this?
And you get the card for it.
Yeah, if you want to buy the raw stuff. If you don't want to buy the rules, you've had that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for things like this, in my opinion, it's an incomplete thing. You should have the card that you need in the box. It's a little thing like that. I mean, how much do they charge for those cards? The pack of cards?
Yeah, 15. So what, yeah.
Just put one in the bloody box. It's not difficult.
I would rather, I mean, I don't know, doable wise, where it's all made and whatnot.
Have you paid for this?
I have, yeah.
There you go. First one of the day.
Sharpens tongue.
My tongue's plenty sharp enough, thank you very much. Yeah, I think there should be a card in there.
So you can listen to it.
More importantly, let's go on to some of the other stuff that we've got. We can show you a whole load of stuff. That's awesome. This.
Oh, just as a little aside, I've got magnets, so I can magnetise my Titan.
Yeah, but have you got any other weapons for it?
There's different weapon options in there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
I'm just buy. No, there isn't.
Well, you get 2 guns and a fist.
Yeah, and then you need to.
Yeah, that's if you want the other.
But then I can magnetise it ready for when I get them.
So now you're forcing me to buy magnets as well.
Can we order those for you, or is that something you can only get? Okay, cool.
We do order direct only.
Cool. Data cards for Blood Phoenix box are either digital download or exclusive to GW pre-orders, I think.
Really twatty, aren't they?
That's
right.
It's lazy.
That's a thing that I think GW are doing. That I get why they do it from a logistics point of view, but it bothers me. Is a lot of their stuff is limited edition, like super limited. They'll have like a lot of the cards. So, for example, when they released the books for Titanicus, like the expansion books.
Oh, the Molokan thingy, Titan Death.
They released some stratagem cards, but you could only get them for like a week. And it's like, well, cool, I'm getting into the game a year later. Oh, you can't get those cards. Oh.
But then if you end up playing against someone who's got all of the stuff and they go, oh, I'm going to use this card.
I'll give you guys the best magnet gear on the planet.
It's Bob Smith's
Industries Instacure plus Hardner to get in Europe. You can buy it on eBay or order it to the EU via Hobby King. Well, thank you for that.
Cheers, Dave.
I will go back to this and check it out because I know that magnets can be a pain in the ass to glue to stuff. Then you click and then you pull it out.
I usually nail them.
Do you?
No. The problem we have with that is Brexit.
Oh, God.
We won't be allowed. We will not be able to get anything in ever again. We're going to be a tiny, isolated island, and no one's going to be able to send us anything. But no, we will. They don't stick to that, do they?
No, because it's aluminium.
We will check that out. Cheers for that. That's always handy to know.
Because magnets can be a pain in the ass. The amount of times I've been trying to magnetise stuff, and then I end up with
you put it in
a bit of model stuck to that finger and a magnet stuck to that finger, and nothing goes to.
You know what? Every time I do it, I've got a hole all neat. I put the magnet in, make sure it's the right way up, and then clicks it, make sure it all works. And then I put the glue in, then I get the magnet and I drop it in the wrong way around.
Yeah.
Every sodding time. So I get it and go, right, here we go. Whoop.
Jetsons it across the room. You'd have to move to Northern Ireland to get toilet paper. It's true.
No, because I think you'll find when it all changes, Ireland is going to, the southern part of Ireland is going to be pushed around to England, and England's going to get pushed out into the middle of the Atlantic and just left.
Mr. Dog says, dudes, tell me about Brexit. I'm in Spain, and my days of cheap Warhammer imports from the UK via online stores in the UK will be gone. Thanks, everyone, for that.
Play a proper game then.
Yeah. No, it's true. Could live in Australia, yeah, or New Zealand, and be paying $1,000 for each.
Well, I had to pay. I had to pay like was it £11 to get that parcel from Oz?
Yeah.
Bless them. But the figures were free, so that was always good. Yeah, it's politics. It's all bollocks and stupid and rubbish, and we hate it. But
wow, Spain is 15% more for Warhammer minimum.
Because it's Warhammer. You know, no one plays Warhammer anymore. And I'm right, because it's Age of Sigmar. Speaking of which, what else have we got to show? Oh, I like that game.
So, Dungeon Mayhem, for those of you who don't know what this is,
This
is an expansion for this game, Dungeon Mayhem, which is a card by the people who produce D&D. See, it doesn't actually say who it's made by. It's just got D&D written on it.
That's from the back, you numpty.
Or maybe it's snuck in there. Wizards of the Coast. It's a little...
It's a throwaway card game.
Little casual card game.
It's
just
awesome.
punch each other and do damage to your opponents.
I like the story. The story is they've been out, they've done their quest, they've got back, they want to divide up the treasure, but they don't know who should get what, so they all start having a fight.
Yeah.
Typical player character group, if you ask me.
Really fun little game.
They can't be asked to talk about it.
No.
Let's fight.
Punch.
And Chris is very, very good at it.
And there's recently been a new expansion, which I'm yet to pick up, but we'll definitely be picking up.
What's in it?
2 new characters from Baldur's Gate. That was an old computer game. Like, I don't know, 15 years ago?
15 years ago.
Must be more
Girl
than
from
that,
15 years ago. Spectac gone away.
And it's got 2 characters who are Jahira, who's a druid, and Minsk with Boo.
Minsk with Boo?
He's Minsk, and he's got a miniature giant space hamster called Boo.
How can you have a miniature giant space hamster?
Well, I don't know. Magic. And if you remember those characters, then you will know, oh, they're making a new Baldur's Gate video game, Cthulhu flavored. Yeah, it's all to do with the, what are they called? Sorry? Yes, the Mind Flayers, the Illithids. And there's a really cool, have you seen the cinematic video where there's this guy and he's kind of stomping down the street looking all, and then his face starts melting off and all of his hair falls out and he vomits out tentacles.
Well, we've all done it, haven't we? Friday night, you're walking home from the pub and you're vomiting out tentacles.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So yeah, new expansion for that. We haven't had a chance to play it yet, but it looks really good. The trailer was quite grim. I'm excited. Yes, the trailer is very good.
Shouldn't be excited watching us.
No, the trailer for the...
Oh, God, I thought he was like, you know, that's just... I know, it's just a bit wrong, that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
8 people. There's 8 sad people out there. Got nothing better to do than to watch our crap.
I think they've probably got a pet they need to keep excited.
Some child they've just dumped down in front and said, watch this, and they're like,
hey, good morning, Mikey. How you doing? Good to hear from you, Mr. Pierce.
Oh no, Mr. Pierce.
All the way over there in the America.
In the Americas. Whereabouts in the Americas?
Depends where he is
Trucking?
specifically right now. If you're trucking,
you are truck.
I think it's just south of Philly, if I remember rightly.
Philly Mahole?
Philadelphia.
Philly McDelphia.
Where they make the cream cheese.
Really? I think you're making that up, aren't you?
Philly! Yeah, there you go.
Philly!
Aswell just had a hot shower. Back dress for you boys.
That's Alan.
That was it.
Yay! He wants to pop round again. Philly, a fish. He wants to bring Arkham.
Nice.
So,
good times.
Oh, he's got some other Cthulhu bits as well for us.
We love a bit of Cthulhu, don't we?
Love a bit of Cthulhu. Right up.
Something else that you're looking at picking up. Isn't it?
I really like these little sets because I'm a fan of scatter scenery. Anything on the table to make it look sexy is a plus. And for Beast Parade, they've just brought out the Primal Lair little set, which I shall put here. And then due to the magic of special effects, I will do this. And wobble it a bit for you. So in it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of scenery. And I think they're really pretty. Really pretty. And if you don't like them, well, then you're idiots.
Or you don't have to, and that's fine as well.
Because again, it's the sort of thing that you can use in anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I like crystals. I keep meaning to get a load off of Annie because she's just got a load more from Bristol, hasn't she? Bristol's, they now do more of the things. He's attempting to read.
Just waiting for the new Arkham Horror Dead of Night. Is that the new one with the little like the little kind of short game? Oh, well done. Chris, so if you want to buy stuff from Wyldstorm Games, Chris is telling me that he's just put a link in that you can find in the description, I guess.
And you get a discount.
And you're going to get a discount.
Don't say we don't do things for you people. Well, we try not to.
Before Brexit happens, you might want to do that now.
You might want to do that now.
And if you do that now, we will
grab the box off the shelf and lick it for you.
Off the shelf, lick it.
We'll sign it, you know. Being superstars that we are.
With a genuine Z listing, non-celebrities.
I do like these. I like stuff like this. I just think it's pretty. I like the 3D look of stuff on a table. I am not a fan of flat cardboard hexes. I'm not a fan of the flat neoprene scenery. No.
I can see why people do it. For like, I know War Machine is the classic thing that people will know it from. And I can totally see why, because it makes it easier to maneuver and you can know exactly where stuff is.
But if I'm spending all my time getting my armies out and everything, I want the table to look good. We don't just do that for you guys at home when you're watching our videos. We like the stuff to look good. Because it's stuff like that that just inspires a story more, if you ask me.
Yeah.
You know, I like, if the tables look good, you're going to be good. What's this? Brexit, tops off. Shotgun in hand, eating cat food, and Mad Max chases down the Acle Strait.
Zoo.
That's not going to be a very picturesque view, is it? Charging down the Acle Strait in your little fucking shopping cart. No, I know.
Mike says problem with storage of 3D terrain becomes a massive storage headache. That is a really good point, actually.
Not if you have a great big 8x4 table, especially built for you, and you can throw all your stuff underneath it.
Yeah, but most people don't. Like,
well, then go down a shop and play.
But even then, like, how many terrain things can you have? Like, realistically,
that's
for different
why
tables and different games.
And that's what you do. That's why you buy stuff that you can use on any table.
It's true.
You know,
I store mine in a 2D box. If it's in a two-dimensional non-space, then you can store it.
We keep ours in a bag of holding. Ew, ew, ew.
I saw someone. I was on my way somewhere on a train, and so Chris, not Chris, other Chris, Spoonie, he got the D&D cards, the like all the cards for the characters, like monster cards and item cards and shit.
That's lazy.
But there's a picture of the bag of holding, and I saw someone who had a bag of holding.
Oh,
and it looks exactly. Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Nice. But he had a physical, like, an actual
bag
satchel that looked exactly like the bag of holding.
But it wasn't.
So does the two-dimension really exist without a width, or is nothing at all? I suppose it's a plane, isn't it? It's just a plane, a membrane. But then we exist in 3 dimensions. The universe exists in more dimensions, and we can't see those multiple dimensions. So,
Play for yourself.
Like, there's the Tesseract, not as in like from Marvel, but an actual Tesseract, which is a 3D representation of a 4D object. It's like a cube with a cube outside it.
Lots of questions going on here. So,
okay.
Mike has just said, I have an official Games Workshop table.
And so much storage for where West Exodus.
Was there an official?
Yeah. There's the big Roman Chaos board, isn't there?
That's not a table, though. That's a top. That's not a table, Mike.
Hands are kaput. I was like, what's kaput? Hi there, chaps. Hi. The all my terrain, the shed in the back garden, plastic storage boxes. The stairs is nearly full now, lol.
I must admit, when we moved from our old house to this house, we lost a lot of storage because of we had a lot of stuff in the garage, didn't we? So a lot of that we've now had to chop and change and move around. So we've got some in an outside shed, but the majority of all of our universal stuff is under the table in the gaming room, and there's enough there to keep us all happy until other people buy us more stuff.
Yeah, but those big plastic storage boxes
are awesome. Awesome. Stats. That's Mr. Ed Halliday.
Yeah, it is.
Hello,
Ed.
Ed.
How you doing? Ed, I don't know if you saw this earlier on. Dungeon Mayhem, Minsk and Boo, right up your street. I know you love Minsk and Boo.
So, yay, Hammers in the Wild. As this looks like it's going to be a pseudo mumble. 2 questions. What are your thoughts on the Picard show since the latest trailer? And have you got Gaslands Reloaded refueled yet? Yes, we've got Gaslands refueled. Turned up the other day. It's much of a muchness. The only thing that's different in it is a lot of the extra sponsors and stuff. We will be playing, so don't panic about that. As for the Picard thing, I'm not fast.
I'm kind of not watching the trailer because I want to see the program when it happens.
What's it on though? Is it on Amazon?
It's the internet. I don't know. It'll be on the internet. Find it on some dodgy thing that keeps putting up links to random stuff and
watch it there.
Watch it there.
Isn't Riker in the first episode as well?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mike says got an actual GW table from a GW store.
You thieving sod. Well done.
Ed says, "Fuck yes about that Minsk and Boo. We'll have to play it next time you're around."
No, because we haven't got it.
We will figure it out. One of us will figure it out. Something.
Zombicide reboot, yeah. Now, as much as we enjoy the Zombicide, we do like a good old game of Zombicide. More the older stuff, you know, the Black Plague, Green Horde, that version of it. The problem I have with the newer stuff is the fact that the figures, the new figures do look absolutely gorgeous. If they did an actual part of the Kickstarter, we could just have the figures. Yeah, I'd have them. The new figures do look awesome. But I'm not going to go out and get a whole new second edition of Zombicide because it's too much hard work.
The models look nice, but I don't know much else about it really. I mean, and I think there's a video went a while ago, maybe yesterday or before, about what the changes are and stuff. They're not going to change it that much, are they?
No, because it kind of works as it is, so I don't see why you should have to bugger about buying a whole new second edition. But the figures do look nice. They do look nice. But again, it's not something we're going to rush out and get because purely for the financials, because it's going to be stupid money. And we've got all the old stuff, so we don't really need to.
Yeah.
And if we do decide to play Zombicide, we'll probably do the Black Plague stuff more because it's a lot funnier. Because I'm a wizard.
You are a wizard. I mean, I'm a wizard.
No, you're a wizard, Harry.
Baldrick the Wizard, and that's a fun thing to be.
I'm pretty sure someone turned around and said, can we see more of Baldrick the Wizard? No, because it's not.
Aswell.
Oh yeah, that comes later.
Also, Aswell says Zombicide RPG. Yes, I did see they're doing a role-playing game for Zombicide.
You don't need to. There's so many zombie role-playing games out there. You don't need a specific game from them to do it.
No.
There's what was the End of the World series, wasn't it? It was 4 books.
Yeah.
There was the Cthulhu stuff. Yeah. There was the machines, there was aliens, and there were zombies.
Yeah.
I got the zombie one. I think I've got copies of the others digitally as well. But the idea of you lot playing yourselves,
you could even do D&D and just say your low level, like level 1, level 2 characters, cap it at that, and then just have tons of undead zombies.
Savage Worlds, you could do Savage Worlds. Anything. You don't need to fill these money grabbing bastards' pockets with that sort of thing.
Sats is talking about Gaslands refueled. Really want to play Rusty's Bootleggers. They're a team of boozed up moonshiners who cannot drive in a straight line. Literally, it's forbidden. So you can't pick straight lines to go in.
Are you saying, Ed, that we have an alcohol intake problem? Because I find that offensive.
I do have
at
the moment, I do have an alcohol intake problem.
You're not getting
any. I'm not drinking for October. But I am just about surviving.
He's not. He's not.
He's a monster.
He'll start sweating in a minute. Like, no, I'm proud of you. Proud of you. So yeah, we'll look into that because I don't know how many new sponsors there are.
Yeah, we haven't had a proper look at it yet.
I never used sponsors anyway.
No,
I just got a car, painted it up, paid the points. Oh, Pete Lifton is apparently sending me one of the Mad Max ones.
Oh, cool.
I'm like, oh, I'd love one of them. He goes, swear, I'll send it to you. Thank you very much.
Mike Pierce says, my gaming choices are becoming limited to games I can play solo as well as host gaming nights. Didn't get the original. That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good point. I think that
I haven't had a drink since last night.
I think the way that we play games is changing. You know, people don't go to their local gaming stores as much. People don't go to tournaments as much. I think people are like, what can I have that I don't need to worry about what everyone else has got?
Because a lot of games, now got some solo games to play, and
you solo games.
Forgot to film.
No, I tried to film and forgot to plug it in, and then got 2/3 of the way through, and then realised that the battery on the camera had run out, and it turned off.
Did you win that game?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, that's all right then.
Yeah, I think that because there's so many games out there, like we're quite, I say, fortunate. What's that? Oh, that's that.
Just push it to one side. The best bit about being live is I can do something like this. Please, Chris, can I have a cup of tea? Nickels. Right, tea boy.
One of the great things that Straw and I have is because
herpes
is, although Straw now lives very close to the shop that we're at, but I don't, so we don't always get to play. But even then, before that, we didn't really have a club that we went to or anything like that. So a lot of times, if we were to get into a game, we'd have to both get into it.
We like both getting into it.
Because the problem is, like, you might go, oh, I really want to play Adeptus Titanicus. If it doesn't kick off in your local space, you're never going to play it. So I think people are now starting to move into things like solo games, board games, where you can just go, right, here, guys, we're going to play this tonight. Or a game that you can then, as I was talking earlier on, that card games, you know, maybe you just buy the set yourself, do decks for everyone, and then everyone can play without having to each get into stuff. So it's a good point, Mike.
It's interesting because you quite happily play solo games, aren't you?
Yeah,
whereas I
good solo.
I just don't get into it, apart from the one I'm currently kind of writing, messing around with. That can be a solo game. A couple of points have just come up.
Yeah, I saw the ones about Parker not drinking. Did not see that breaking Sky News.
It was, and we kept it on the hush hush.
Our boy says, I know how you feel. I haven't had a drink since last night.
Whee! Again, Chappie, what's his bleeding name? Ed, that's it. His term said, sponsors add extra flavour to the game. Can't quite imagine playing without them. That's fair enough. Is Dungeon Mayhem expansion in stock at Wyldstorm Games, or is it personal copy?
That is Chris's personal copy that he bought when he was at TTGL. I don't have a copy yet.
But you could have this copy for £300.
I mean, I don't think Chris is going to sell it because
£300.
Angela likes to play with him.
£300. £300.
I'm sure it's getting in for you.
I don't know. They don't really do much RPG stuff.
I'm
Maybe
sure
it's
they
something.
can do. We'll ask him. He's just popped up. We'll come back in a minute. We'll ask him. A bit rich from Rival, £300. Yeah, look what.
Tart.
Idea: a solo gaming night, but in the local game store, on your own, but not alone. Right, I'm off to Dragon's Den. That's kind of a good idea, actually. You can sit there and be like, right, I want to play this. I don't necessarily want to sit in my room and hang out on my own, but I do want to hang out with people. But I want to enjoy this game on my own, and then maybe get other people to, you know, not watch, but like participate, and then you can experience this solo game. Because I've been playing Nemo's War that I picked up, which I love.
Who's you warring with?
Everyone.
Are we talking about Easter Fish?
Not Nemo the fish. Nemo, Captain Nemo of the Nautilus. You fly. You sail the Nautilus around and you blow up ships and you have to try and do things and whatnot. Really great solo game. I can totally see how you wouldn't, you know, you play it on your own, but maybe I want to hang out still with you guys.
Yeah.
So I can play it in an
It's
environment.
It's a nice idea. I quite like the idea.
Mike, that's exactly the case. I'm assuming he means about, like, you know, if you don't get into a game, it's hard to play.
Yeah, especially if you've invested a lot of money in the system, and no one plays. That'd be a bit shitty, wouldn't it?
Topless ladies dancing. Yeah, that's always a good thing. Or men, whichever you prefer.
Why have we suddenly on the topless ladies dancing? What the hell?
Great idea. A game store for solo players to feel not completely void of human.
Yeah, it's called a strip club. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
With a soda machine and smoke machine. Rangers Shadow Deep is solo / co-op. You can work with that. Other people drop in and drop out.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea, and it's a nice little system because it's basically crossroad.
Yes,
crossroad system. So as long as you know how to play Frostgrave or Ghost of there we go. You know how to play it, and it's a very easy game.
I think drop in, drop out mechanisms are something you don't see enough of, actually. The ability to kind of stop and start a game. If you've got a day of playing and then someone can only make half an hour or 2 hours or whatever, and then someone else is like, well, I don't want to start if we're just playing 2 minutes.
The thing is, though, is how do you actually implement that into a game, though? That's got to be.
Well, I don't know. That's what I mean. That's what I think could be again,
because if you're doing like
limited
40K or something, you can't just have a drop-in game, can you?
No.
You can have people drop in to roll dice for you.
Yeah, but I wonder if you could do some sort of mass combat game where people bring a unit or a group of dudes and then they just turn up at the edge of the board, wander on, kill some people. Oh, I've got to go now. I've scored 20 victory points. I have to go. Well, that's my peak for the win. So at the end of the day, you count all the victory points up. Oh, you've got 20 on that point. Well, when this guy came in a bit later on, he got 50, so he wins. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly how you would do it, but I think there could be a thing to look at in the future for gaming, because a lot of people can't always make. I mean, you see a lot of memes online about, oh man, I will give you my sword, I will give you my axe. I can't make Thursday night. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of that. People can't make the same time of a day or the same night, so maybe.
And I think it would work really well in gaming stores as well, because it would get people just turning up who couldn't turn up for a day to play 40k or whatever, but just turns up with their one little squad of Marines. Yeah, stick them on the end, bring them on, we'll play.
Yeah, totally.
So I think that kind of thing works better for like a big narrative campaign. Yeah. So you have a narrative campaign day, and Star Wars is the classic example, isn't it? Okay, this group over here are playing Star Wars Armada. Great, they can play that. And this lot playing X-Wing over there. Start linking the tables and stories, and then you can just bring other people into those stories as extras. It's an idea I've been kind of mulling over.
And certain narratives, certain universes, if you like, would be better suited. Like 40k, obviously, you've got kind of good guys and bad guys, and that's kind of how it is. But if you had some sort of, I don't know, purgatory hellscape where people kind of turned up,
you lot are
seriously.
Yeah, I know about Mike's next game, the Billion Suns.
Billion Sun reinforcement mechanic, where you spend victory points to walk in more spaceships mid-game. Could be a drop-in tech done about drop out.
Yeah, that's really good point, Ed. Really good point. So they're going about a D&D strip club, play D&D at strip club. Like, oh, come on, really? Eye of the Beholder. It'd be called Eye of the Beholder. That's just wrong on so many levels. Are we getting into Marvel Crisis?
You don't have any of these in stock. Can people order these through you? Are these stuff you need to get hold of?
No, I can check.
Okay. Ed is going to check.
Looking into
get hold of it for you.
The problem with the Marvel Crisis Protocol
is you don't care about superheroes.
Is one, I think superheroes are boring as dishwater, and scaling. The scaling,
woot,
because it's simply slightly bigger than all of your normal stuff. So all of your scenery for the game.
Yeah, but you could use anything. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to. Oh, it doesn't look
You don't care about superheroes. That's the important thing. You're not going to care about the game. I could take it or leave it. I mean, I think the advantage of the superhero,
everyone knows them,
kind of genre for me actually is your own creations within that universe.
Yeah, because Superman fight Batman again.
No,
no, can do.
Sorry.
So take your woot and go boo on your woot.
Yeah, I used to play the old TSR Marvel Superheroes role-playing game years ago. Boo, says Ed.
That's a lot of boo.
Yeah, I used to play the old Marvel Superheroes game, and one of the great things was character generation. You to create your own members of the X-Men.
Oh, here comes the tea, boy. Bless his little socks. Thanks, fella. Oh, service with a smile. That's what I like. I like Chris and miserable grumpy old sod just sitting over there.
So I don't know. Oh, virtual reality Marvel game. Don't think I've seen this. Oh no, I've seen it, but I haven't looked at the thing. So it's like a Oculus Rift or whatever, and you're like, "Ooh, can you
I have a question about that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's a sensible question, believe it or not. What? Straw coming up with a sensible question. What if you wear glasses? Does it fit over?
No, because it's so, generally speaking, the screens are so close, it doesn't matter. Unless you've got really, really bad vision.
I can't, anything sort of closer than 6 to 8 inches in front of me blurs.
I mean, it may be
So,
that it does affect you. I don't know.
It's really good parking.
I don't know. I think you can.
I don't think I like the idea of
Contacts.
all of
I
that.
don't like the idea of you doing that. But,
I said last night. I just don't know.
The only problem, Dave says, is the only problem is hitting the telly or furniture, which is a really good point.
I remember with the first Nintendo.
Yeah, people would break their tellies and stuff.
I threw that controller everywhere. Bloody thing. Yeah.
Safety strap, giggity.
Safety strap.
You're just angry.
I actually, strangely, rather than the moving around stuff, which I know sounds like the obvious use of things like the virtual reality. No. But for me, I think the Oculus Rift or things like it would actually be better implemented in flight games. So, like when you're in a cockpit or something like that, if you were to fly an X-wing, say, because a lot of the times you're looking at a screen and you can't look around you. Whereas if you had a VR set, you don't have to get up and move around and fall over.
So you put sugar in here.
So you can still use your control pad. You can look around behind you.
See if there's
and
sugar.
I think that kind of
just taste it.
feels
Yeah,
like it will make more sense.
Taste that. You can have that sugar in there.
Probably not. I didn't tell him.
No.
No, that's just funny tasting them. Just must be me. Oh, it's real milk.
Oh yes, we put real milk in there.
Oh, that's what it was. I'm not used to real milk. Oh, freaky. So what we got?
Ed says, tried my nephew's. Yeah, that's real milk.
Yeah.
Tried my nephew's VR headset once. Could not see a thing without glasses. Even though screens were that close. Hilarious to watch, my wife says.
Can you imagine that?
I'm American. When the first thought of telly was telephone. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because we thought of telly rather than because we say telly. Telly, television. Well, it's just a Britishism, I guess.
A Britishism? Is that a real thing? Britishism?
Yeah. Acewell says, I'll be getting Death May Die by Simon in November. We'll paint it up and bring it around for filming when the time comes. We would love that. That is the Cthulhu game from Eric Clan and Simon with the massive Cthulhu. I assume you haven't got the massive Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. Yeah. You say TV exclusively.
Yeah.
TV. That's quite interesting. We didn't get them on the Kickstarter. I don't know why. We just kind of weren't
afford it.
So yeah, another like, here, buy the 80 quid game and the 30 quid expansion and the £500 giant Cthulhu,
which you didn't need, but it was part of the board.
You don't have the massive one. No, I saw the painted one. Who's like a baby. And you can use it to play. Yeah, you can use the base to play the punch Cthulhu in the knee, I guess. Well, in the toe,
ankle.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it looked crazily good, but I mean, I think the rest of thingies on the way.
Deep Madness.
No, not the rest of.
Grail.
No, not yet. The rest of
Nemesis.
That's the one.
Stop hitting me.
Oh, I like hitting you. The rest of Nemesis is on the way. Don't know when. Tainted Grail. I think that will be fairly soon though. So looking forward to playing that one. Oh, that's going to be super sexy. Whoa. And I love that King Arthur model. No point in the game. Completely useless. But they've just done a special King Arthur model. It looks really, really
sometimes
sexy.
Useless things are fun to play with. Said my penis.
Yeah, there is a comment.
Americans don't use a bit, apparently, as in I like it a bit, or I'm a bit hungry. That's a Britishism. Didn't know that.
What do they use
Is it
then?
a bit of a Britishism? No.
What do they say then?
A little.
A little?
That's what she said.
Oh, see. People understand.
Right, let's show you something else before we get distracted. So, new Blackstone stuff is available from Wyldstorm Games.
Now you know
we like from you now, yes? You hope so. Should be available.
Now you know we like Blackstorm.
Wyldstorm Fortress.
We've just finished the Amble. We've done the Amble stuff. If you want to know how that turned out,
Hashtag no spoilers.
you'll have to watch the video.
Which is going up soon-ish. Well,
But they have just released some new bits. Firstly, this.
You deck.
Here we go. New special effects. Ready?
Catch you guys later. Catch you later, Mike.
See Mike. Safe travels.
See you soon at the end of the year, December, right? Seeing you in Philly, right? PAX.
They're not taking you this year. They don't like you. Bye, Mike. So this is what they've released.
PAX, baby.
So it's another deck of cards. As if the game wasn't hard enough, you now get this.
It's a fuck you deck.
So it's basically a fuck you deck. It
Intellect.
brings in bigger numbers of monsters. So what's the point of that, you say? Well, because then you have to go buy these.
No, they come upside down.
They're Australian. So you can now buy these, the cultists and the servants of the abyss, which is basically more of the odds that you get.
Bad guys.
More of the bad guys.
So you get 6. So you will have a total of like
Great way.
3 rogue psychers or whatever.
No.
4.
No.
4.
No.
Oh, because is that?
That's the whole. That's
2
all
of
of
them.
it. Yeah. That's
Oh, right.
a great way if you want to build up your Chaos Cultist army.
Which they should totally do.
They practically have. With these, you can order these now through the shop.
Yeah.
And we can lick them for you. And open them and remove pieces. So when you get them, you can say, well, this bit had a thing missing. And we'll just go, no, mate. No, it's all there when we saw it.
Acewell says, guys, I'm popping off to play a little Resident Evil on my beanbag. Is that okay? No. To creep off that asking, but you're also watching us too. You have fun. Enjoy your Resident Evil. I hope that you don't get murdered by all the zombies and the big, whatever they're called.
Leggers.
T-virus? Is that a thing? That's Resident Evil. T-virus, right? I think so.
You think that's more important than sitting there talking to us?
Yes.
Well, off you go
is.
then.
You can always watch this again on Playback when it comes, because it will be available to just watch on YouTube. So you can catch up on the rest later on. Hey!
And I'll tell you, I've just noticed something. We've been going for 4 hours, 27 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Is that hasn't turned itself off like it did last time.
No, it hasn't.
We had to press the old recording button last time.
We did. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Because it's confused.
I'm confused.
In a new place.
I'm confused. It's still running because people are watching, so we shall carry on. So yeah, Blackstone Fortress stuff is out now.
So you need these, the boxes of minis, to use the new
You
cards.
don't need them technically because you can use other miniatures in your miniature
But it
collection.
gives you more things in your encounters, so therefore you would need technically.
I'm sure if you ask Chris to open that, he can open it and you can have a little look at the cards. Look at this.
I'm not opening it. It's not your own one anyway.
Oh, you got my own one.
Have you got your? Oh, did you get your own one anyway?
Yeah.
Oh, well then.
Well, we'll do that here then.
Live and direct. Come on, like
Cleopatra.
It's the same
It
miniatures.
just screws up plastic rubbish. Right, so let's.
And these servants of the abyss, they're the ones that are in escalation.
Escalation.
Procrastination.
Escalation.
That's what you need if you want to be
A record breaker.
You want to shake my hairy chest. Escalations.
Right, so let's have a little look-see in here.
So it's a new set of encounter cards.
It's
the same back, so you can shuffle them in amongst it if you want to.
Which is always
or
good.
use them
So,
independently.
pick a card, any card, not that one. Just, we don't know what they are.
Ghouls. Oh, wow, that's horrible.
21 traitor guardsmen?
Yeah. I've got 6 Ghouls and 4 spindle zones.
21?
That's really hardcore. 4 Chaos Beastmen and 4...
6 Negavolt cultists. Ah, it's only one sprue. And how much is one of those boxes?
But the Ghouls goes up to 6. So you start with 4 in the box and then you get 2 in there. So that makes 6.
2 cultist firebrands.
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's no... one traitor commissar and 14 guardsmen. Oh, no. Oh, God, no.
It'll be the enraged one, right? Great. Tell/show the wife. I was chatting with real people later tonight. Enjoy the day, guys. Thank you. We are.
Cheers, Al. Take care, mate.
genuinely
Get in
real
touch and we'll
humans.
meet up at some point
Yeah,
for a beer.
Thanks for watching some of our live thing. Enjoy the rest of your day.
We will try. Thank you.
On there, yeah. So
There's
lots of
weirdy ones in 4, which I like to see.
unlucky, frenzied onslaught.
I'm just trying to see if there's anything big and scary apart from
3
21
3 Chaos Space Marines.
3 Rogue Psychers, 3 Chaos Marines, 4 Traitor Guard, 3 Psychers.
Why would you? No. Why did you buy this deck? Ovidus Malex just rocks up.
With 3 Psychers and 3 Space Marines.
Great. Yeah, why not? Right?
What was that? Subtract 10 from the reinforcements roll in this combat. Oh my god!
For anyone
This
who's
is
played
a-
Blackstone, you know that that's a bad thing.
This is a horrible
That means
deck.
you're reinforcing on 11 on anything
Oh,
up to about 13 on a D20.
oh my! And if 21 guardsmen, that really is sickeningly deck. Horribleness.
Yeah,
Ugh.
don't use that ever.
We
So if you
will
want to
be.
make your games of Blackstone just harder,
Buy one of
which, to be
these,
fair,
and
if
you will.
you've been playing through the campaign, you're probably super upgraded. You've got a bunch of guns and like exploding ammunition and stuff. You may want to do, but of course, you won't get any more experience points for it. You don't get anything for doing it.
No, you still have to struggle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard work, that isn't it?
It
That's
is.
good lord.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Oh, you spreading your legs under the table, you
Got
do.
You have to get married now. Sorry.
What? Right, so
Yeah.
what's what else have we got?
Well, I mean,
Come on.
we've got.
Someone give us a topic to yak about. Come on.
Yeah, what do you want to hear us talk nonsense about? What else is going on in the world of gaming?
What else is going on in here today? Well, there's
Someone learning
take like they're learning
Age of Sigmar.
Age of Sigmar. Right
Is that
down the end, we've
40K?
got
It's like 40k down the end.
40k. 40k down the end. There's some
40,000.
role
Talk
players
about
up there.
Gibraltar.
Talk about Gibraltar. It has a big rock,
And
a small runway.
There's monkeys or are they apes? There's lots of. Is it monkeys on the rock that jump around?
Thieving little gits is what they are.
Oh no, they steal the sandwiches.
They
and stuff.
steal everything. Very scary on the flight in. Apparently, I wouldn't know.
Big Mike used to.
Big Mike
live
used to
in
live in Gibraltar. No, he used to live in Falklands. Oh, and Gibraltar, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all we know about that.
They
Next
have-
subject.
They have. Is it Gibraltar or is it Malta? One of them has like properly British high streets, and you see like Next. Is it Malta?
I think so, yeah. No, that would be before.
Is it?
Yeah.
We don't know. It's foreign lands which we don't travel to. Well, I don't.
I know Malta has Popeye Village, but it's not Popeye Village.
Oh, wow!
Right.
The Popeye. If you haven't seen Popeye film with Robin Williams, you really should, because it's awful. It's so bad, but it's so bad it's good. Like you've got to see it once in your life to say you've seen it.
Have you seen the Throne of Jaina with the gingerbread people?
Oh, Throne of
Chris-
Idrain trailer with the gingerbread people. If not, if
Chris to show you later. It's awesome.
Throne of Idrain, it's the new thing for Magic the Gathering. And there's like a gingerbread man and he's fighting some dude.
The gingerbread.
Because it's the new Magic Thrones of Idrain, it's all like fairy tale themed. With my face, hopefully it will zoom in.
There we go. That is just ridiculously silly. Now, if I remember, wasn't it the number in the bottom corner is its hits and
Yep, it's the
Attack
first one it's
strength.
damage, the second one is how many hits it's got.
a food golem?
Yeah.
I said I haven't played this game in years for
And
that.
that's how that's how much needs cost.
Well, one of anything.
One of anything. In mana.
I remember. Oh, you remember.
Let's talk about Marmite. I prefer Vegemite. I like Marmite. I think it's nice, but I think Vegemite's got a smoother taste. It's not as kind of and it spreads better.
I hate it. It all tastes like shit.
I'm a Vegemite.
I'll tell you what does spread better though.
Don't.
I'm just giving a nod to the camera because they know where that one's going.
Oh.
Hello.
What else is happening in the world of gaming?
I don't know. Looking all along the shelves of the shop.
I'm trying to remember. Star Wars Legion.
Well, there's nothing new on there.
That's no, but new the new.
There's no new Imperial stuff like
soon.
that.
How soon
Next
is
week,
soon
isn't
with
it?
the new
Friday.
next Friday? The new core box for Star Wars Legion is officially released.
And how many
The-
points is that? How much money is that?
I'm going to pick up online a bit. 81.
So, there you go. With Roger Robots from Phantom Menace, the Separatist robots.
Will the cards all be the same? So you can mix and match the cards between the different sets?
I mean, you can play factions against each other, but you won't be able to have like Darth Vader with your battle droids.
No, but I mean, like the expansion cards, you know, they're items and cards and weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
That's something.
Ooh, now that's interesting. I don't know how we're going to be able to afford it though. So, I believe that Wyldstorm has a Moonstone event coming up. We don't know. One moment, Chris, is there a Moonstone event coming up? Yes, there is. When is it, Chris? He doesn't know.
The Saturday before Halloween.
Saturday before Halloween, whenever that
26th
26th of October, there's a Moonstone event on Wyldstorm. Sunday.
Isn't there also a tournament next weekend of some description?
Next weekend we have
27th.
Schism, our Titanic
The Depths of Titanicus.
Ooh, the Depths Titanicus. Ooh.
Yeah, if you play Adeptus Titanicus and you're in the Yarmouth or even further away area, next Saturday there's a tournament. 1,000 points.
Dum, 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 dum. Of robots.
It says a load of new Moonstone stuff being released soon. Seen any?
Yeah, I've seen.
Oh, did you?
Is that the new
November.
Kickstarter bits?
No, I think the new.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
that. I did see there's a new lady in the Commonwealth. No, so not cool. Cool.
I mean, we've got stuff coming from the latest Kickstarter. Just haven't had time to play it though, have we?
No, so many games, so
Finding
little
the
time.
time.
So little brain space to keep all the rules in my head.
There is a new Necromunda game.
With the nobility tosses, what the Spirers?
Spires?
Spire.
I don't know.
Isn't there a police? Isn't there some Arbites?
Yeah.
Maybe the box.
I mean, I've always wanted a load of no.
They don't look like
The
they look,
original enforcers.
no, who basically were Judge Dredd.
Yeah, they're not Arbites, they're the Paladin Guard.
Arbite adjacent.
Yeah.
They're just cops. you
Judge
know.
Dredd's coming out at some point from Warlord.
Isn't
Don't
the
know
system
when.
the same as Strontium Dog though?
Yep, which I don't know anything about.
I've heard mixed stuff on that. I don't quite know how I feel about that yet, but it's Judge
Soft
Dredd.
and squidgy. It's Judge Dredd.
It's got to be, you know.
It's not to like.
It depends. Oh, how's it going to play? Are you playing at one judge or a load of judges? Because if you just like, just getting some enforcers now. Chris has got some, so we'll have a look at them.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be if it's judges against gangers or stuff like that. You're only going to need a couple of judges and like a whole bunch of gangers. Oh,
There we go. This is the
Palanite Enforcer, but oh, they are pretty sexy.
Now you get to hear Straw
Ooh.
tell you how pretty they are. Without seeing them.
Hey,
Strawgasm.
I've just had a strawgasm.
Oh.
They're like Space Marines, but not Space Marines. Almost Iron Man mask-like.
They do
But
look Iron Man-ish.
I really like them.
Show the people at home.
I'll show them what?
Show them the box of
What box?
Palanites. Are they
I
Palanites?
see no box.
Do Palantites come down from the ceiling? Palanites.
Palanites. Palanite Enforcer Petrol. You mean these guys? Dun 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 dun. I think they are awesome.
You can probably find better images if that's a.
No, it shouldn't be blurry. That's just on there. It should be okay up there. If it's not, then tough. Buy yourselves a better TV. Very Space Marine-y, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got Space Marine vibe. I like their
The masks are brilliant.
and the big chest armor.
Yeah.
Kind of like looks properly bulletproof.
We haven't got any of these in, have we, Chris? I don't know why I've come to this shop. Everything I want, I haven't got. Sold it all my arse. Oh no, the rat skins were not broken, Ed. Rat skins were awesome.
I think it is. Because they showed a
Oh,
video.
rat skins,
and It
nice.
was like a very under sewage sort of.
Apparently, well, Wild Boys reckoning they won't release them. Apparently, they are going to release them. So you heard that here, 3rd, 4th, 5th. I hope they do because the new molds of them will be beautiful. And
Yeah.
I did always like the rat skins; they were fun.
Oh, the scabs.
You could, or the scabs.
The scummy scabs
With
who
the-
had like plague zombies and
Oh,
big
plague
mutants
zombies.
and everything. And they all had like
Varloff.
bits.
Is it Varloff, the big leader, the vampire leadery
Oh yeah, yeah.
Loki? Those are really nice. I like
liked
them a lot.
the scabs. They were all like they were proper shit and had bits falling off them and everything. They were lame. They were like guns that were just taped together.
Taped up.
It was like, ew. I
Yeah,
like scrotty things in games. Scrotty things that fail.
it's just scrotty full stop. Basically, I'm just having a quick little peeps at these in the.
They really know how to push some stuff onto the sprue these days, don't they?
Yeah, but the trouble is you haven't got you don't get the multi pose. I love their guns. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Little combat shotgun type bolt shotguns. Yeah, they were. If one person wants it, you had to play where the rules. Ratskins were completely immune to them. Plus, they were so cheap on Zenit, you ended up with a massive gang of vets. Yeah, my buddy used to play Ratskins.
By the way,
I do
I
remember
played
him
crap.
doing particularly well with them.
I used to, mine faces as well. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a box of these. These are beautiful.
Brackar, the Ratskin hero, but I'm still missing the Rat Caller. $250 on
The
eBay.
rat caller wasn't the one on the he the one that was in the graphic novel on the big undead rat, and he had the cage on his head, didn't he? Yeah, I didn't get that either. Lovely model. Oh yeah, these are beautiful. I like them. Escher,
Yes,
the original, original Escher were like my favourite models ever, and I prefer them to the newer ones.
Yeah.
The originals were just beautiful. The two little Juve girls, cracking models. Absolutely cracking. You better take them away, Chris, or else I'm going to thieve them. They're really pretty. Yeah, Brackar was standing there with a big old stubble, wasn't he? Awesome model. I loved him. So cool. How much are they going to cost me back? Well, we'll talk about that later. Talk about how much we have to pay for our stuff. We don't talk about anything.
Uncouth.
And barbaric. Be done for being something. So, what else have we got coming up on the channel, though? Whilst someone thinks up something else for us to talk about for another 15 hours. Huh?
Exodus. We've got some next Commander at some point.
We're going to have to.
Lots of stuff.
Well, you never got round to getting your
No, I never got those. What are they called?
the bald ones. Lack.
Black. Yeah, I never ended up picking them up.
No.
Maybe that's what we can do on Monday.
Whatever. Yeah.
Some.
Oh, is that the big? Yeah. Big 412 jolly. He doesn't love a 4.
So what I would do is I'd have these, and I'd have for the Gene Stealer rock cutter vehicle,
Oh yeah,
and just convert it up a little bit more, so it's like their police truck.
Yeah.
You know, have stuff like that, or get the Taurox and just put some bloody wheels. Yeah, I love Scatterrain.
I agree, Straw. Escher was always, this is Ed. Escher was always my gang back in the day. Named them all after the Spice Girls, trying to tempt my little sister to be interested.
Oh,
Desperate for opponents, so we were out in the sticks.
I did all mine in black and white, so they were like little either goth or mod kind of. Yeah, they were called the Sisters of Sorrow. I did after the Sisters of Mercy, you know, kind of loved the models, and they were some of the best models I've ever painted, I think. And it's weird because back in the day I could paint really well. These days I just can't paint shit.
You're old.
Probably because I'm painting with shit. Yeah, just can't do it anymore. Can't do it. Spend too much time looking at these models. I'm like, no. But yeah, I did love the Escher models. And I remember all the original cardboard scenery that you got.
Oh yeah, the old school scenery.
And
I
then
kind of like that you see a lot of the MDF scenery for New Necromunda.
and it's the same
But
vibe.
it does look very much like the old scenery.
But I like the fact that, you know, these days your tables for Necromunda can look amazing.
Yeah.
With all of the new scenery and stuff, it's just like uber sexy.
I saw somewhere, and it was like a tower, and you played around the outside of it. Was it Warhammer World?
Now, do you remember seeing the original one that someone did of that polystyrene? Way back in the day. Now that was a nice piece of kit. Never saw that one.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I did not see
It's always
that.
amazing what people do in our wonderful hobby of miniature wargaming.
There are an awful lot of creative people out there, and they're not just creative, they're bastard talented as well. I hate you all.
We were talking the other day about Star Wars. I forget what event it was. I think it was Salute, and they were doing a Legion on the bottom of it. It was Scarif, so it was from Rogue One. And they were doing Legion on the bottom, X-Wing midway up, and then Armada on the top, all with like perspex layers and shit like that.
Sort of thing, the multiple campaign game thing.
It's amazing for something like that. I thought, I'm not going to say it. One day I'm going to do this idea. One day. I'm not going to say it live.
Why? Because someone will steal it?
Someone will steal it and do it way before I even... No, I'll tell you later.
You ain't ever going to do it.
I'm never going to do it. Someone's gonna do it.
Well, then you might as well let someone else have the fun.
So my idea was to...
Drum roll, please.
No, it's not that good. I think Ed knows about it already. I told Ed about it.
You told it before me.
I think I told you already, but I mean live and direct. Was to do Dad's Army, because we grew up in Deptford, which is where they used to film Dad's Army. So we could take the market square, the car park outside the Guildhall, actually miniaturise that, do a little market in the car park. You can have the Guildhall. You do it all like life-size scale. And have Dad's Army versus Mars Attacks. That'd be wicked cool.
You mean
as a
something like
game.
7th TV?
7 TV.
Have we ever played that game yet?
No.
How long have you had that game?
2 years, 2.5 years.
When was the last
Really wanna
time?
play it? Oh, what, the Dad's Army versus Mars Attacks? Yeah.
It looks a great game because you can do so many crazy things with it. It's
Paulos.
Now we're in
says,
trouble.
ahoy, and indeed, hoy. How's things, chaps? Hope you're both radiant. Suits you, sir.
Do I look like I fucking do Radiant?
I'm feeling okay. Yes. Oh, the bolt action home guard platoon. Just waiting for you to get the Martians and a copy of the rules to read. Yeah. One day.
All did Dad's Army.
Yeah, I've got Dad's Army.
It's got the Dad's Army.
I've got the Dad's Army. I just need to get the last attacks.
And we keep
I
seeing
can't
it cheap
see-
everywhere. You never picked
No,
it up.
that's about 2 years ago. I saw the stacks of it. I think it was TT Combat House. So where they had stacks of Mars Attacks boxes for 20 quid. Didn't really think anything of it. Well, I'll pick it up at some point. I've never seen it again since. Can't find it online anywhere.
You need to do it when you get to it.
City Dave says, really want to try out 7TV. Yeah, we will get 7TV on the channel one day.
Will we?
I really like the idea of it. We've got it. We've got a bunch of it.
We've got plenty of figures.
So I love the idea. People who don't know what 7TV is. It's a game set within a world where all the stuff is based on like
TV program, like
eBay.
Only Blake
eBay.
7.
A few martial packs. I'll have a look on eBay.
Yeah.
It's like things like Blake 7, Space 1999, Doctor Who. It's not just science fiction though. It's the Sweeney, the Prisoner,
Planet of the
stuff like
Apes.
that. Planet of the Apes, and it's all within a TV world. So when you're playing the game, the scenery might be moved by some stagehands, or a stunt will go wrong and someone will fall over and stuff like that. Or so there's a lot of that in 7TV. So it's a war game set in a television world. And there'll be like MacGuffins and things like that don't make a huge amount of sense narratively, but from a TV perspective, completely makes sense. And that's one of the things that really appealed. And also that you can, because it's set in this weird TV world, you just have episodes that cross over. So you might have, pardon me, they've got the girls of St. Elves, which are essentially Centrinians, but maybe they could fight Doctor Who bad guys or Planet of the Apes or something, because you can do that. Shopping time. Got to get some food, red paint for Hellboy, and some giant toy insects, big game hunt scenario and Gaslands. We'll catch up non-live later. Have a great time at Wyldstorm!
Cheers, Ed. Thanks for popping along.
Thanks for joining us live and direct. Have fun with your shopping.
Is there such a thing as fun shopping, unless it's gaming related?
Well, it's
No.
getting some paint. That's good. Giant toy inside, so I hope you find some cool ones. The big game hunter scenario game. That sounds, we haven't seen that yet, have we?
No, someone mentioned a great little point the other day, because you know the way the Royals have been driving lately and everything, and how it's all a little bit crazy.
Doing a little point.
Well, you know what I mean, how the Royals and their driving's been going. Someone said we should do a Gasland scenario where it's like the Queen and Prince Philip driving along, killing all the peasants. And I'm like, we can do that. Just do the zombie mission.
One, yeah.
And I then realised we've still got Route 66, and one of them is a big black taxi.
Yeah, and there's minis and stuff in there as well.
And there's guys on scooters and Lambretta. I'm thinking, get them, paint them up. Gaslands, the old Union Jack on the side for the Queen. I say, Philip, let's go get these. Oh, that'd be awesome fun.
Let's get these murder these commoners. Yeah?
Yeah. We've made a couple of really
That's on a rolling.
Keep rolling. Oh, yeah, we haven't played that yet. Got to put that together.
Paulos says, I have 7TV and it's a great game. But for me, Pulp Alley does all the genres so well that unfortunately 7TV doesn't get much of a look in. Pulp Alley isn't one that I've come across. I'll have to keep an eye out for it. Come across your Pulp Alley. The name rings a bell. Pulp Alley.
You keep your Pulp Alley to itself, matey.
Necromunda has an expansion pack called Uprising coming out. House Helmoir and the Noble Knobheads.
Oh, that'll be interesting to see.
The Spirers,
Because
they were.
they're like, because House Helmoir is where the
Oh, okay.
because they were complete bullshit. Because House Helmoir is the actual boss.
That's
The top of the tree.
Dave Helmoir.
Dave, it's William.
Is it?
No, I don't know what his name is, but it's probably Bertie McBurtface.
Yeah. Bertie McBurtface.
Benny Hill. Oh, I saw some Benny Hill the other day. God, that was so inappropriate. I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking
Hold up,
about inappropriate, oh my God. No, nothing like that. But me and Jane were watching some videos the other day. We've had a few beers, put some, not that sort, put some tunes on, old 80s videos and that. Oh my God, they were so inappropriate. It was ridiculous. Yeah. Even I was sitting there going, you can't do that. I'm not easily offended. I'm offending. But good God, it was horrific.
I remember seeing something I didn't know happened at the time, and I've only heard about it later on.
That wasn't me.
That people who are of a certain age, i.e. roughly my age, will probably remember the Wide Awake Club and Whack-A-Day that were kind of on telly, like Tilly Mallet and Tommy Boyd, who was the best kids TV presenter ever. He was amazing. Tommy Boyd. He was awesome. Anyway, apparently on Whack-A-Day one Saturday morning, they had, is it Master and Servant by Frankie Goes to Hollywood? Which is basically a song about, like, hardcore bondage. And no one, they just thought, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, the kids are listening to this sort of music, right? Hey, we'll put that on. And they're just like, and they're basically saying, like, and then I'm on top of you and we make love, blah, 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 but you're my bitch. I mean, it's not quite that, but it's like, wow.
Aren't they all having a bit
get away with that now?
Aren't they having a bit of a scream at the moment, a Joker now? Because it's a Gary Glitter track.
Yeah.
But no, it's a song in
America. They don't even know who Gary Glitter is. They have no concept. They just use it as it's the song rock and roll, and they just call it the Hey song because it goes, well, hey. That's all they know it as. It's a classic track. It is a classic track.
Yeah.
Yes, Wild Boy, you are complete. You've nailed that. Yeah, Benny Hill's the best. The scene at the bar where the woman keeps trying to take his money. She takes it out of his pocket with her foot, and then as he turns her around when she leaves, he pulls the money back on a piece of string. Yeah, it's awesome.
Tis
was the Phantom Fan Flinger.
Try saying that 3 times fast. Apart from maybe Shorten and the Wheelies. Hello, little old lady.
I hate a dragon. Oh, I used to love Shorten and the Wheelies.
Oh man, now we're feeling. Let's have a little old retrospective. That's old real art.
Old school kiddies programs were like the best.
Pigeon Street.
Yeah. But then there's the animation stuff, you know, like Battle of the Planets, which they're doing a film of.
Well, it's a massive thing. I didn't know. Like, I just remember seeing it on like BBC One Saturday morning telly. But apparently, Battle of the Planets is like huge.
Yeah. I can't remember that. I can't remember the
Freebird, Leonard Skinner's in the background on the radio over there.
As long as they can't hear it, we're all right.
We'll get super excited when the guitar solo comes on.
You won't. Oh, is that why you're getting you're getting ready to start bouncing? So I start pretending you're a bouncy ball and go,
No, shit in your mouth.
you're gonna what? I'd rather you didn't.
Just poo in your mouth hole.
People are watching. I've never seen you so busy.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah, tournaments, it gets fucking bonkers in here, doesn't it?
Oh, I said card players. They're not real players or gamers, are they? They just appear to be
Crystal
rich.
Ships and Alistair was shot away completely acid inspired.
Oh,
I don't know what that is.
I remember the
Crystal
name.
Ships and Alistair. Does ring a bell.
I remember the name.
Oh yeah, Mum bought me the Lord of the Rings cartoon. It was amazing.
Yep.
It was made in the 70s. Yeah.
I
And
remember.
there's a lot of like posts, like you'd see people running, and it was film of them running that they draw over.
Yeah.
So it all looked really kind of real, but not real.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
And I remember because it ends literally when Fellowship of the Ring ends.
Yeah.
But I've actually seen the rest.
Yes, there is a bit of water.
Huh?
There is a bit of water, but
I've seen Shelob in it
Yeah.
because I had an American friend when we were gaming way back, and somehow he'd had a copy of this, and I don't know how or what, but it was the animation in that then it went on to inspire the film called Fire and Ice. Did you ever see that?
I don't remember.
Same kind of animation, but there was none of the real life people running. It was all pure animation, and for the time, it's really.
So there was a lot of stuff
Really
about,
good.
like
I mean,
that. Heavy metal was a thing at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Heavy metal, and there was a lot of that kind of animation back in the 70s. That's cool.
It was a good time, you know, because there's none of that sexist rubbish that we have to put up with now. You know, people objectifying us all the time. Just stop it, people. Just stop it. You know,
I am not an object. I am a human being.
you are not
I'm
a number.
free man.
No, you're not. You're not.
Oh, Ulysses is the best.
Cities of Gold.
Ulysses.
although they didn't remake it, they continued it, didn't
Did they?
they? Yeah. They made like a new series with it. Literally carried on what it was doing.
Wasn't good.
D'Artagnan and Three Musket Hounds.
Muscat hounds are always ready. Everybody.
Oh man.
Oh my
And
god.
I didn't find out until later. This is something I've only recently found out. Apparently, and again, don't quote me on this, but apparently, because it was translated from the French, they actually translated him in the wrong order. And when you watch the English version, they didn't put it in the right order. So it's just like he turns up, he was at a place, then next week he's now somewhere else and he's fighting some different people, and the person he used to like he doesn't like anymore, and you don't really know why.
I wondered why none of it ever made sense.
I don't remember it making sense. I remember the theme tune.
Oh no, here we go. Another.
Willy Fogg, 8 Days Around the World. 80 days
Around the world.
And he was like a lion traveling around the world. And he had his like cat lady who was from some mysterious otherworldly place.
Oh.
Man, I'm having all the feels, all the nostalgia feels.
Yeah, the Lord of the Rings cartoon. You can get it on DVD
Actually,
now. So.
This is actually going back to gaming. So we've been talking about Necromunda today, and a lot of people talk about Necromunda and games like Mordheim as well. In that kind of, do you remember when we used to play these games? They were so good, and the new versions were rubbish, and the old games used to be great. Well, I think a lot of times it's not the game that was great; it's the times that you had that were great. And you play these games again, and you get the old rules out, and you're like, oh, fuck, this is a bit clunky, isn't it? Like, is it the game that's really that good? Like, how different is New Necromunda to old Necromunda?
Well, no, I haven't played it.
Is it really? Oh man, New Necromunda's rubbish. Exactly. Like they're basically the same game, but people think that back in my day it was better. You know, first edition of this. Oh man, in advanced. Dungeons and Dragons were the best. Well, actually, like, was it? Do you really need to spend 8 days working out THACO? No, of course you don't. You just want to roll the dice and see if you hit or not. get that feeling when you play old video games. Yeah, totally. And you think, oh, I remember when I used to play this, it was so good. And then it's like, you play it again, and it really wasn't very good.
Yeah, but that was Mario, wasn't it? It wasn't a Super Mario.
No, but whether it be balance issues or just like simplistic kind of game mechanics or whatever it is, you think that
I still love all the original Zelda games.
Oh, what, top down?
Yeah. Yeah. Love them. Legend of Zelda.
I did play, I think it was Mario 64 again. And I was like, yeah, this doesn't hold up at all.
Oh, good.
It doesn't hold up. And a lot of these games don't. You think they do, and they really don't.
Although we did have fun playing Mario Golf, didn't we?
You had fun playing Mario Golf. I got fucking...
Is that not the game you got?
Not this week. That was the game I lost out last time.
So Parker came over Wednesday afternoon, and we've been filming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and doing this today. And I think you have done very well.
I won a game, I think. I won one game out of
Lots.
4, 5, 6, 7 games. I've won one, not including the what?
You won
I
sushi
did
roll.
win sushi roll. I'm a wiener.
But it wasn't actually filmed, so therefore it didn't actually happen. Yeah,
I do
Paul
think
said-
Mordheim still holds up.
don't know, haven't played it.
I didn't.
Haven't played it in so long. We did the role-playing version of it, didn't we? Because Nick was an ogre. No, I don't think you played those ones with us. Don't think you did, because nobody actually likes you. Yeah.
Sorry? Secret role-playing groups. I can't say I blame you.
No, you're still. You've been running.
I've been running Hollow Earth Expedition lately.
Is that even a real game?
It is a real
It's an
game.
official
It's
game.
out- I think it's out of print. I think the main rulebook's out of print now. But it's set in the Hollow Earth, and it's very much reminiscent of like
Journey to the centre of the earth.
yeah, old school pulp kind of stuff, Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark, all that kind of stuff. Almost Buck Rogers-y as well. There's sort of vibe. There's lots of dinosaurs and Nazis and all this set in like 1936. So
Have you got any Nazis riding dinosaurs?
not yet. There will be.
Because that would just be
No,
awesome.
they're going to ride the Nazis and go and fight the dinosaurs. No, they'll fight the dinosaurs. Ride the Nazis to fight the dinosaurs. Other way around, they're going to fight Nazis whilst riding dinosaurs. I'm Sky.
Oh, Iron Sky was amazing. I haven't seen the sequel yet.
It takes it to a whole new level.
That's like the Nazis had a base on the moon, didn't they?
Oh no,
Like-
I've seen this.
It's awesome. It's not. It's awful. It's goddamn awesome.
I love stuff like that. I don't know if it's me getting older, but I'm starting to really enjoy that pulpy kind of nonsense steampunk, like, but not steampunk, but kind of later, like diesel punk kind of thing.
I want to run some kind of, not quite Cthulhu. I want to do some like Gaslight, Sherlock Holmesy period, London foggy soup kind of things. I've got some really nice ideas for that. No, you can't be Jack the Ripper. But the trouble with any game like that, or anything that a GM thinks it's going to be a cracking game to run, is the players. You know, because all players, and I don't care who you are, you're all dicks.
I do think
As a GM, you know, as a GM, we're the ones that have to write these stories to entertain all of these players. And it doesn't matter the fact that we're not getting entertainment out of it because they're all being coached.
Paula says Pulp Alley allows you to play all that on the tabletop. It's also great for Cthulhu-based games. I'm going to have to check this Pulp Alley out.
Well, that'll be another game you'll find we won't play.
Fill your alley full of pulp.
Oh, that's quite vile. Especially if it's your back alley.
No, I do. This you were talking about games and running things. This is why I'm kind of leaning back towards games like D&D, because it's such a broad thing. You can fit it into anything. Like if you want to play a more urban environment, you just say, right, you're in a city. And
Savage Worlds is better for me.
Well, I know. I'm just saying that
I don't like
focus on one role-playing system and then just use that system for everything.
everything, yeah. The only problem I have is I am really not a level. I don't like levels in any game. The only game that works for me is Earthdawn, because it's the whole part of your discipline of
Yeah,
who
it's
and
built
what you
into
are.
the narrative,
It's built
isn't
into the narrative. But I just don't like levels or who had got a +1 sword of dragon slaying. Fuck off. Just no. Don't like it. I just don't.
I've come around to it because I think that a lot of role-playing games inevitably involve combat. But some, not all games, but a lot of role-playing games will kind of tend towards combat. That's one of the reasons people play them.
You don't want combat in co-op.
And if you're playing a level-based system, then you know that everyone can get involved. Whereas if you're playing a purely skill-based system, and then no one, oh, sorry, I haven't got any combat. I'm just going to sit here and miss the next hour and a half of game.
See, you've just brought a point to light for me, which again is like, oh well, you've got to go against this level monster because it matches you, so you'll all be.
So it's a reasonable challenge without it being
bullshit. Life or games shouldn't be about having a reasonable challenge. You should have everything on the same levels. You know, go up against something that's really tough and going to really make you work for your XP or your gold or something.
But then it depends on what you want out of the game, doesn't it? I think that I can totally see having a structure and being able to say, well, this is where we want to end up, and this is, you're telling a story. The important thing isn't the bit in the middle. That's just the crunchy nonsense you want to do to get to that point. And you can do it your way and have something with, like Cthulhu, for example, with no combat. Just like, well, if you come across a monster, it's going to stab you in the face, they die. The end. Or you can play something more.
I think there should be more games that don't involve combat.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the games, it depends on the GM, but it depends on what you all want as a group of players out there. If you want to have that tactical combat feeling without necessarily playing miniature wargaming, D&D is a great way to do that. If you just say, like, right, this campaign we're not going to do any combat, it's just going to be RP. Okay, cool. Unable to connect to chat. Please try again later.
What?
It's been an hour and a half. Is it kicking us off the internet?
It's better not to.
Hello.
Is it me?
Definitely not.
Anybody there? Anybody there? Anybody there? Answer. Type in something because
there's a little cloud with a cross on.
That don't do shit all.
I don't know, do I?
That's one drive. Not worried about that. Anybody up there? Whoever's watching, some of you are. Type something in, please, because we need to see if this is still working. Because,
well, to be fair, it's been an hour and a half.
So, I don't mean shit all, mate. I don't mean shit all. It's gone.
Need to pee.
I don't care if you need to pee.
Oh, I don't need to pee anymore.
Well, there's people still watching, but it's gone very quiet here. Oh, I don't know what's occurring. Are we still on? Are we still on?
See, maybe my phone will let me watch.
Mine still hasn't sent blatant text from earlier. Why?
We're just checking some technical things. So
we are still live. Hello.
Live and direct, coming at you.
For some reason, we're not getting any writing-y things coming up. Why is that not working?
No, it's still working.
Oh, is it?
Oh, here we go.
Well, we haven't got one here.
Well, you can't connect to the chat. I'll have to see if I can get the chat on my phone, and then that way, we can do that.
Boo! 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 Who?
What are we? Oh, there we go.
We're there. We're on there.
For
some reason.
You're there. Oh, there's me scratching my eyebrow.
We're there.
Ah, yeah, everyone's saying yes, it's still working, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins!
Oh, blimey,
Hello, Mary Poppins. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, blah, blah.
Shut that bloody racket up, Chris. All I can hear is
I do hate pure balanced games. You need RNG, random number generators, otherwise I'll play chess. That's a good point. Oh, it's feedback. That's what this is.
Oh, but that's still not helping us get chats on here. But can you get them on there?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, put it here.
I can't push the feedback.
That's him. He's the feedback.
Harold says it's miniatures agnostic. Should have met Paul Ali. It also has loads of campaigns published for it.
I'm going to try and have a see.
I was looking at it, and it
everyone says hi, hello. Still there, still working.
Well, that's good to know, because now we have to check it on his phone.
No problems, had a prop, and over used my manners. There you go.
So, anyone know how I can get the sound to work working on here? It says unable to connect.
Oh, there you go.
No, that's still unable to connect to chat. Please try again later.
Doesn't matter. We know the chat is still available, so that's fine. Doesn't matter about us. Yeah. Let you go in.
Hold on. Restore chat. Try that. No.
What else is going in the world of games?
Stuff is happening in the world, apparently.
Stuff is happening.
I don't know. I don't know.
When he comes around here.
So maybe then we should call it a day. If we can't remember, we can't think of anything we can say.
So I'm not trying to think of anything. We're still playing a lot of. Although we haven't played it very recently, we're still playing some Wyldstorm Exodus. The Soul Hunters will be coming out, I think, end of this month. Oh,
And then
I'm going to pick them up at Essen probably.
And then, of course, we've got the Nautilus crew thing coming up after that.
Yeah, Nautilus crew are coming at some point. We don't know when. They're like a soon release. Did you see the thing?
Soon. And
I'm going to try and paint my spirit hosts now so they're ready for when the Soul Hunters arrive.
that'll be never then.
That'll be never. I'm going to try a weird thing where they're lit from below and above, different colours. So they're lit from below in red, and then lit from above in blue. So that way, because obviously, what the
We were talking about them.
spirit apparitions.
Yeah. I'm not saying that big thing.
Okay.
And the slightly different.
Yeah.
Even actually closer to the.
Yeah. I like
That's getting low on power as well for some reason. Which it shouldn't be because it's all bleeding plugged in.
I like the scary one. I like that one more than the other one, but the other one does look more like the old ones. For me, the weirdness is that they look so different from each other. I think if they looked more, not necessarily the same, but if they looked similar, then I think I'd feel better. Oh, really? I'm glad that I've still got one of each of the old ones, so that then I can separate. Now I've got 2 units of 3, effectively, so that's only going units of 3.
Right
I think
then.
they're going to be very good in game, though. Well, they've only got Brick 4, which isn't great, but are they good? Yeah. Oh, really?
So,
Oh, we're just chatting on the side now, so we get ready to.
I think we're going to call it a day there for now.
Oh, 1 second, there's a couple more things.
Comments. For some reason, that's not.
Paulus says Judge Dredd from Warlord is out soon. Not sure how I feel about it. Yeah, we were saying the same sort of thing. I like the look of the models. They look better than the old Warlord ones do. Don't know what the new rule set's going to be like. Don't know if it's going to be campaign missions or like narrative play.
We don't know.
Like Judge Dredd fighting some dudes, or whether it's going to be a. They used to have a game called Lost Warlord. No, after that, before that, it was called Gangs of Mega City 1, which was from another company. And you played as gangs, like street gangs, and you had themes and stuff. Sorry? Yeah, it was a good little game. It was kind of a Necromundery vibe, D10s, and there was a kind of a nice little way of. It was alternate activation, but leaders had like groups they could activate with, which was quite nice. But I don't know what the new one's going to be like. Hopefully good. But we are going to call it there. It's been an hour and a half and a little bit, so I think that's enough. You don't have to put up with us anymore.
I get to go home and have beer.
Thank you very much for joining us. We hope you've had a lovely time. We've had a lovely time sharing this time and space with you. There'll be a Wyldstorm Games link in the description, I think, that Chris put in there. Let's put it twice in the chat so you can find it there.
Wyldstorm Games!
So if you want all the stuff in there, please do.
Please do.
We've had a lovely time being here. Thank you, Chris, for having us.
Thank you for allowing us to make noise in your
Lovely.
shots. That we will do.
Alexa says, see you later or sooner, apparently.
Bit weird.
Get myself picked out.
Take care, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
If you want to help us out, there'll be links not in the description, but on our other videos, you can find links to stuff.
Everywhere.
I'm sure, as you already know, and you can join in at home. The main thing you can do is don't forget to
like and subscribe.
You like it, subscribe. You don't like it, don't want to subscribe. You don't have to subscribe. We like it, you like it, and subscribe. Until next time, stay hammered.